is Stagecoach Gambler. Here they come. They're off and pacing from the middle of the raceway. Goes Impish Art for the early lead. Going with them on the inside is Lucky Alberta as they race around the first turn. Lucky Alberta wins the early battle. Fittipaldi gets up there to get away second. On the outside, Impish Art is racing in third. All-American Dazzle looks at it from fourth. Bayesian View Brad up fifth on the outside. Then Albert James Albert. Stagecoach Gambler Nick Down trails the field as they make their way on by the opening quarter. Lonnie Stokes has set up shop on the front with Lucky Alberta. He took him by the opening quarter. 30-1 as they race into the top turn with Lucky Alberta. Impish Art is racing a second on the outside. Fittipaldi fills up the hole as racing in third. All-American Dazzle is fourth. Then Bayesian View Brad follows cover fifth on the outside. Off the 3/8 and down the stretch. They come racing now for the opening half with Lucky Alberta. On the outside, Impish Art is racing a second. Fittipaldi looks at it third. On the outside, Bayesian View Brad, Albert James Albert is fourth. Then All-American Dazzle, Bayesian View Brad, Stagecoach Gambler, and Nick Down. They're by the half in a minute and 2/5, and they race around the turn now to revel over to the 5/8 with Lucky Alberta. Impish Art on the outside second. Fittipaldi third on the inside. There goes Albert James Albert, now from fifth. He's now fourth, now third, and rushing up on the outside as they make their way down the backstretch. Going for the 3/4 and 3 wide now. Albert James Albert shows a nose in front. Lucky Alberta racing in second. They're by 3/4 and 131 flat, and into the top turn they go, and Albert James Albert quickly opens up by 2 in between horses. Impish Art. Lucky Alberta's racing third, and they come off the 7/8, and they have an 1/8 of a mile left to go. It's Albert James Albert. He's on top by about 6. In between horses, Impish Art. On the outside, here comes a Bayesian View Brad and Nick Down the far outside. But this one is all Albert James Albert to win it. Tight for second, 3 of them right across the wire. Impish Art, Stagecoach Gambler, 2 Fundiana, 3 Fernhill Treasure, 4 Camco Winnett. On the outside, 5 I Wish, and here they come. They're off and pacing. Camco Winnett from the outside, and on the inside, Fundiana going for the early lead as they race around the first turn. They're 3 wide, but Camco Winnett quickly grabs the top around the first turn. Terra Panic gets away in the second. Then Fundiana, Fernhill Treasure. Your trailer is I Wish, as they make their way on to the opening quarter. Chris Davies has Camco Winnett wound up, and on the front end, racing along in second is the Terra Panic. Uptight third, Fundiana, then Fernhill Treasure and I Wish. They're by the opening quarter in 29 and 2. Race into the top turn now. Travel over next for the 5/8. Positions remain unchanged with Camco Winnett up front, showing the way. Terra Panic is racing in second. Then Fundiana is racing a third. Racing in fourth is Fernhill Treasure. Your trailer as they make their way on to the opening half is I Wish. Position still unchanged, nobody moving. Chris Davies and Camco Winnett. He took them by the half. 59 and 1 as they race around the turn now and go to the 5/8. It's still Camco Winnett with the lead. Uptight second is the Terra Panic. Fundiana racing third. Then Fernhill Treasure and I Wish trails as they make their way down the backstretch. Race next stops the 3/4. Camco Winnett. She's still there, still the boss. Terra Panic is second. Movement now on the outside. Fernhill Treasure makes her way from fourth to third. Fundiana's racing fourth on the inside. I Wish trails 129 and 3 by the 3/4, and they make their way into the top turn. Still Camco Winnett. Terra Panic makes a move now from second. She's on the outside, and Fundiana looks at it third. They make their way off the 7/8 down the stretch for home. It's a Camco Winnett. On the outside, Terra Panic is coming on second. Camco Winnett, Terra Panic is on the outside. Camco Winnett, coast to coast, like butter on toast. In for second, Terra Panic, time of the mile, 1:59 and 3. St. George down quickly takes him out of there. On the outside, Hot Shot Mindale races along to be second. Olivia's Bow on the outside of him. Peach Catman comes through on the inside now as they make their way around the first turn. Off the 8th pole down the backstretch for the opening quarter they go with George Down. Up on the outside now, Olivia's Bow comes to second and looks to grab the top as they make their way to the quarter. Racing along in third is P.H. Catman. Then Hot Shot Mendel, Mr. Varbo. Bodie Bruiser trails the field as they make their way on by the opening quarter. 30 seconds flat, and into the turn they go. Race over now to the 3/8. Your leader up front is George Down. Racing in the second is P.H. Catman. Olivia's Bow takes back and fits in third. Hot Shot Mendel's racing fourth, then Mr. Varbo. And your trailer as they make their way in front of us for the first time is Bodie Bruiser. They make their way down in front of us, racing towards the opening half with George Down. P.H. Catman's racing second. Hot Shot Mendel up on the outside, racing third. Then Olivia's Bow, Mr. Varbo, and Bodie Bruiser. They were by the half in a minute and 3/5, and around the turn they make their way now to the 5/8. George Down still there, still the boss, racing second on the outside now, Hot Shot Mendel. P.H. Catman gets a perfect pocket trip, is racing along in third. Up on the outside now, trying to follow cover is Olivia's Bow. Then Mr. Varbo and Bodie Bruiser trails. They make their way on by the 3/4 pole now, and still George Down in command. 1:31 3 by the 3/4, and they race into the top turn with George Down. P.H. Catman waits to pounce in the stretch. Up the inside now, Olivia's Bow comes to third. Hot Shot Mendel, then Mr. Varbo, Bodie Bruiser. Down the stretch they come on home. George Down and out from second. Here goes P.H. Catman now in the middle of the track. George Down is on the inside. P.H. Catman's on the outside. They're racing, they're tightening up as they come to the wire. Neck and neck, too tight to call at the wire. Looks like maybe P.H. Catman to win it. George Down, time for the mile. 2:02 and 1. In memory of Jim Oots Robertson and Jean Ann Robertson Griffin. Starter has raced 4 horses behind the gate. We have 1, He's a Gunslinger. 2, Elm Grove Bandit. 3, Percy Challenge. 4, Longworth Legacy. 5, Valid Appeal. On the outside 6 is Sammy's Big Guy. Here they come. They're off and pacing for them, neck and neck, getting out of there. On the inside, He's a Gunslinger. In between horses, Elm Grove Bandit and Percy Challenge gets away third. Longworth Legacy's caught fourth on the outside. Then Valid Appeal and Sammy's Big Guy trails the field as they make their way down the backstretch on the way to the opening quarter. Gilberto has set up shop on the front with He's a Gunslinger. Racing in second is Elm Grove Bandit. Racing up the rail third now is Percy Challenge. Valid Appeal fills the hole now to be fourth. Longworth Legacy caught fifth on the outside. Then Sammy's Big Guy trails. They're on the way up by the opening quarter in 29 seconds flat with He's a Gunslinger. Racing in second is Elm Grove Bandit. In third is a Percy Challenge as they make their way off the 3/8 now to race in front of us for the first time. Still He's a Gunslinger. Elm Grove Bandits are racing in second. Racing third is Percy Challenge. Now up on the outside, Sammy's Big Guy comes to fourth. Valid Appeal is racing fifth. Longworth Legacy has found the rail, but he's back trailing as they were by the half. 59 and 1, and around the turn now they make their way on to the 5/8 with He's a Gunslinger. Racing second is Elm Grove Bandit. Sammy's Big Guy's up third on the outside. Racing fourth at the rail is Percy Challenge. Then Valid Appeal's fifth on the outside, and Longworth Legacy trails. They make their way down the backstretch for the 3/4. He's a Gunslinger. Quickly opens it up now by 3, now by 4 3/4. 1:29 and 1, and into the top turn, He's a Gunslinger. Elm Grove Bandits are racing a second. Up on the outside now comes Valid Appeal. On the inside of him is Percy Challenge. They make their way off the 7/8 with an 1/8 of a mile left to go. It's still He's a Gunslinger. Elm Grove Bandits are racing a second. Valid Appeal on the outside. Halfway down the stretch, it's He's a Gunslinger. Valid Appeal comes to second. Elm Grove Bandit in between horses, but this one's all He's a Gunslinger to win it. In for second, he is Valid Appeal. Looks like Percy challenged for third. Time for the mile. 2 minutes and 1/5. Sponsored by the Loch Lomond Veterinary Hospital. Starter has race number 5. Horses behind the gate. We have 1, Dainty Down, 1A, Last Wind Down. 2, Elliot's Choice. 3, Grey Gust. 4, Ultimate Faith. 5, Hidden Cami Best. 6 is Billy and Bud. Here they come. They're often pacing and quickly. Ultimate Faith goes forward and grabs the early lead. Elliot's Choice goes with her on the inside as they race around the turn. Up on the outside, that is Last Wind Down now going for the lead as they make their way off the 8th pole for the opening quarter on the outside. Now Last Wind Down assumes command. Racing second, Ultimate Faith, but not for long. Ultimate Faith comes back on. Last Wind Down gets away second. Then Elliot's Choice is racing third. Dainty Down gets away fourth. Then Grey Gust, Hidden Cami Best, and your trailer, but on the move is Billy and Bud. They make their way on by the opening quarter in 29 and 3 with Ultimate Faith. Racing in the second is Last Wind Down. Elliot's Choice is racing third. There goes Grey Gust moving quickly on the outside from fourth. Pacers make their way off the 3/8 race down in front of us for the first time with Ultimate Faith. Up on the outside, Grey Gust is a racing second. Following cover, Billy and Bud comes to third on the outside. Racing up fourth is Last Wind Down, then Elliot's Choice. Hidden Cami Best and your trailers, Dainty Down. They make their way by the half in 1 minute flat, and round the turn they go race over towards the 5/8 with Ultimate Faith on the inside. Grey Gust is up racing second on the outside. Last Wind Down looks at it third along the rail. Billy and Bud fourth on the outside. Then Elliot's Choice, Hidden Cami Best, and Dainty Down trails the field. As they make their way to the 3/4, it's still Ultimate Faith. Pressing hard second, Grey Gust is racing second on the outside. They're by 3/4 in 1:30 and 2, and into the final turn they go with Ultimate Faith on the inside. Grey Gust just won't go away on the outside. She's pressing hard second. Last Wind Down looks at it third, and Billy and Bud is fourth. Top 4 are off by themselves. They make their way off the 7/8 and down the stretch with an 1/8 to go. This one is Ultimate Faith on the inside, Grey Gust on the outside. Far outside is Billy and Bud, and in between horses, Last Wind Down. It's Ultimate Faith. Ultimate Faith at the wire. Time for the mile. 2:01 and 2. Inquiry sign is up. The watch Fred pace in memory of Jerry Ryan. Starters behind the gate. We have 1, Val Leader. 2, ROF Racing High. 3, EJ's Quest. 4, Thomasville Bodine. 5, Ace on the River. On the outside, 6 is Robert R. Robert. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Robert R. Robert quickly from the outside grabs the top. Going with them on the inside is Val Leader as they make their way around the first turn and go to the opening 8th. On the inside, Val Leader. On the outside, Robert R. Robert. ROF Racing High gets away third. Then EJ's Quest is fourth. Thomasville Bodine. Ace on the River trails as they make their way down the backstretch for the opening quarter on the outside. Robert R. Robert now assumes command. Racing in a second is the Val Leader. ROF Racing High looks at it third. They're by the opening quarter 29 and 1. They race into the turn now and travel over to the 3/8 with Robert R. Robert. Val Leader is racing a second. Movement on the outside now. ROF Racing High moves up a third on the outside. Following his cover is EJ's Quest. They make their way down in front of us for the first time with Robert R. Robert. ROF Racing High racing second on the outside. EJ's Quest comes to third, then Val Leader, Thomasville Bodine, and your trailer is Ace on the River. We got half and 59 seconds flat as they race around the turn. We got 3 on the inside, 3 of them traveling up on the outside. They race in pairs up front. On the inside is Robert R. Robert. ROF Racing Highs are racing a second on the outside. EJ's Quest third. There goes Thomasville Bodine. He's trying to pick up pieces from fifth. He's now fourth, now third, and he's moving on after the leaders. They make their way on by the three-quarters, and ROF Racing High shows a nose in front. They're by three-quarters. 1:29 and 2, and into the top turn, ROF Racing High is cleared to the front. On the inside, Robert R. Robert, EJ's Quest, and Thomasville Bodine. There's 6 of them in a bunch now. They come off the 7/8. They have an eighth of a mile to go. ROF Racing High takes them down the stretch. On the outside is EJ's Quest. On the far outside comes Thomasville Bodine. In between horses, ROF Racing High's gonna win it. In for second is EJ's Quest, tight for third. Time of the mile, 1:59 and 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Gerald Ryan raced many horses during the 70s and 80s. However, the first horse he ever owned was a maritime-bred colt by the name of Watch Fred. In 1973, Watch Fred was a winner of an Atlantic Sire Stakes at the now-defunct Sackville Downs, winning a 2-year-old stake and a sparkling time of 2:15. So in memory of Gerald Ryan and Watch Fred, we honor them today as we welcome members of the Ryan family. On hand to present the cooler to the winner of race number 6, it's number 2, ROF Racing High. Owned by Zoran Petrovitz of St. John, the bay mare 6 by Racing Hanover out of the die Laughing Mare Die High. She's trained and driven by Sam Hodgen. ROF Racing High picks up win number 3 on the season, pacing to a new lifetime record this afternoon, 1:59 and 2. Number 2, ROF Racing High with Sam Hodgen Jr. We'd like to thank the family and friends of Gerald Ryan to be with us this afternoon to present a cooler in Gerald's honor. Going to number 2, ROF Racing High and Sam Hodgen. Results of number 6 are now official, race 6 official. Number 1, Val Leader, was 6th. Number 2, ROF Racing High, your race winner. Number 3, EJ's Quest, was 2nd. Number 4, Thomasville Bodine, was 5th. Number 5, Ace on the River, dead heating for 3rd. Number 6, Robert R. Robert, also in a dead heat for 3rd. From the top down, your card should read 6-1-2, 5 dead heat for third and dead heat for third. Quarter in 29-1. Half was in 59 seconds flat. 3/4 1:29-2 with a mile 1:59-2. Upcoming race number 7. No program changes. Win, place, and show triactor and quintet. This race sponsored in memory of Peter and Paul Doherty by St. John Exhibition 2010. We have 6 starters behind the gate. 1, Dusty Lane Oscar. 2, Jacob. 3, Crowley Creek. 4, Magical Alex. 5, Run Them Down. On the outside, 6 is Greyland Bad Girl. Here they come. They're off and pacing quickly. Jacob takes them out of there. Dusty Lane Oscar goes. Jacob and Todd Trites have set up shop in the front end. He'll take him off the 8th, pulling down the back stretch for the opening quarter. Racing along in second is Dusty Lane Oscar. Crowley Creek looks at it from third. Magical Alex is at 4th. Then Run Them Down, Greyland Bed Girl. Todd Trites and Jacob took them by the opening quarter. No time available. Racing along in second is Dusty Lane Oscar. Racing in third is Crowley Creek. Not moving fourth, everybody, that's Magical Alex. Then Run Them Down, and your trailer as they make their way down the stretch in front of us for the first time is Greyland Bed Girl. Still, Jacob is still there and still the boss. So racing in second is Dusty Lane Oscar. Racing now, moving up for third on the outside, comes Run Them Down, Crowley Creek, then Magical Alex and Greyland Bed Girl. They make their way around the turn now and travel over. Next stop is the 5/8 with Jacob. Dusty Lane Oscar now makes a move on the outside, racing out from second. Run Them Down is third. Then Crowley Creek, Magical Alex picks up the cover. Greyland Bed Girl still trails the field as they make their way down the backstretch for the 3/4 of Jacobs on the inside. Dusty Lane Oscar on the outside. Crowley Creek comes up the inside to third. Run Them Down is 4th. Then Magical Alex and Greyland Bed Girl and Jacob and Todd Trites take them into the final turn and race towards the 7/8. On the outside, Dusty Lane Oscar. Check on the outside. There's movement. There goes Run Them Down 3 wide, and following him is Magical Alex. They come off the top turn. They have an 8th to go with Jacob. Run Them Down on the outside. Magical Alex on the far outside. It's Jacob and Run Them Down, but Jacob is moving away. And Run Them Down is going to be second. Dusty Lane Oscar for third. Jacob wins race number 7. Race number 8, the Rolly McIntyre Appreciation Pace. Line up behind the gate. We have 1 Woodmere Big Splash, 1A Vic Victor, 2 Michael's Pleasure, 3 Star Collector, 4 I Get a Rocket. On the outside is Magnetic Banka. Here they come. They're off and pacing, and Michael's Pleasure goes for the lead. Up on the outside, Vic Victor goes with him as they race around the first turn. We have Michael's Pleasures on the inside, Vic Victor's on the outside. Woodmere Big Splash watches the early battle from third. Then Star Collector, I Get a Rocket, and Magnetic Banka trails the field as they make their way on by the opening quarter. Mark Haig and Michael's Pleasure have won the early battle. Racing in second is Vic Victor. Woodmere Big Splash tightens up the hole now, looks at it third. Racing along in fourth is Star Collector, then I Get a Rocket, and your trailer as they make their way on by the opening quarter is Magnetic Banka. Opening quarter is 29-2. They race into the turn, travel over to the 3/8 now with Michael's Pleasure. Racing up second on the outside now, Star Collector. Vic Victor looks at it from third. They make their way down the stretch in front of us for the first time. On the inside is Michael's Pleasure. On the outside is Star Collector. Vic Victor's racing third. Then Woodmere Big Splash, I Get a Rocket. Magnetic Bank trails, but he's on the move. They're by the half in 59-2. They make their way around the lower turn. Racing out of the 5/8, still Michael's Pleasure. Star Collector second on the outside. Perfect Trip goes to Vic Victor, who's racing third. Up on the outside, Magnetic Benka comes to fourth. Then Woodmere Big Splash and I Get a Rocket trails the field as they make their way to the three-quarters. Still Michael's Pleasure. On the outside, Star Collector's hanging tough second. Vic Victor looks for daylight third. They're by three-quarters and 1:29-3, and into the top turn they go with Michael's Pleasure on the inside. On the outside is Star Collector. Vic Victor looks to get out, and Magnetic Bank is tipping out wide now and off the 7/8. They come down the stretch with an eighth to go. It is Michael's Pleasure. On the outside, Star Collector. Vic Victor's going to the inside, and on the far outside is Magnetic Benka. They're tightening up as they come to the wire. It's Michael's Pleasure at the wire. Michael's Pleasure to win it. Vic Victor for second, tight for third. Time for the mile, 1:59-3. A featured race here in Andrew Memorial for aged pacing mares. Line up behind the gate for race 9. We have 1 Shooter's Bay, 2 Grayson Harve, 3 Red Star Ashley, 4 Slim and Sleek, 5 PL Better Way, 6 Papa's Little Rose, 7 Abbey Best. On the outside, 8 Tobin's Paradise. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Grayson Harve goes for the lead on the inside, and on the inside of her, Shooter's Bay goes with her around the turn. On the outside, PL Better Way. Abbey Best gets away, looks at it from fourth. Then we go to Tobin's Paradise. Red Star Ashley, Slim and Sleek on the outside, and Papa's Little Rose is your trailer as they make their way on to the opening quarter, and Grayson Harve show the way. Racing in second is Shooter's Bay. Abbey Best looks at it from third. Up on the inside, Tobin's Paradise comes to fourth, then PL Better Way. And they're by the opening quarter, 29 seconds flat. They race into the turn now and trail over towards the 3/8 with Grayson Harve. Racing in second is Shooter's Bay. Looking at it, third is Abbey Best. They make their way off the 3/8 and down the stretch in front of us for the first time. Grayson Harve show the way, and Shooter's Bay is racing second. Up on the outside now, here comes Abbey's Best now for third. Behind with cover comes Tobin's Paradise. Then PL Better Way, Slim and Sleek, Red Star Ashley, and Papa's Little Rose. They were by the half, 58-2, and around the turn they go. Race to the 5/8 now. Grayson Harve, Abbey Best now up a second on the outside. Looking at it, third is Shooter's Bay. Outside fourth with cover is Tobin's Paradise. Then PL Better Way, Slim and Sleek, Red Star Ashley, and Papa's Little Rose. And down the back stretch they go. Neck and nose to nose. On the inside is Grayson Harve. Abbey Best shows a nose in front on the outside. Third on the inside is Shooter's Bay. 1:27-4 by the three-quarters into the top turn. Abbey Best a quarter length the best on the outside. Grayson Harve goes with her on the inside. Shooter's Bay is still third and racing fourth. Tobin's Paradise and off the 7/8. Down the stretch for home they come. Grayson Harve on the inside. Abbey Best is on the outside. They're neck and neck, nose to nose, toes to toes, down to the wire. Looks like Grayson Harve to win it. Abbey Best second, Tobin's Paradise third. Time for the mile. It's a brand new mark for open mares. 1:56-2. Race sponsored in memory of Herman Renault. Pacers line up behind the gate for the 10th and final. We have New Party with Todd Trites. Terrific Magoozer. 2 is Awesome Bert. 3, Quick Drummer. 4, West Gem Princess. 5, Wild Cherry. 6, A Work of Heart. On the outside, My Bright Penny. Here they come. They're off and pacing. New Party goes for the lead on the inside. In between horses goes Quick Drummer and Awesome Bert. Slides up to be second as they make their way around the first turn with New Party. Racing second on the outside is Quick Drummer. Awesome Bert looks at it from third. West Gem Princess gets away fourth, then Wild Cherry. A Work of Heart, Terrific Magoozer, and My Bright Penny trails the field as they make their way on to the opening quarter. It's New Party. Racing in second now and getting to the rail is Quick Drummer. Awesome Bert looks at it third. Opening quarter in 29 and 3. They race into the turn and travel over for the 3/8 with New Party. Quick Drummer's racing in second. Awesome Bert is in third. West Gem Princess racing fourth. It goes Wild Cherry with an eye to the outside in fifth. Work of Art, a Terrific Magoozer, My Bright Penny trails the field as they make their way down in front of us for the first time. Still, a New Party and Todd Trite show the way. West Gem Princess now moves up second on the outside. Quick Drummer looks at it third. Awesome Bert locked in fourth along the rail. Wild Cherry follows a cover fifth. Then A Work of Heart, Terrific Magoozer, My Bright Penny. They're by the half in 59 and 2, and they race around the lower turn. And on the inside, it's New Party. Up on the outside, West Gem Princess now gives chase to be neck and neck as they straighten away down the back stretch for the second and final time. West Gem Princess pokes her head in front, but New Party fights back on the inside. Quick Drummer takes in all the action from third. Awesome Bert's racing in fourth. Then Wild Cherry, My Bright Penny scoots up the rail. A Work of Heart. Your trailer is Terrific Magoozer. 129 and 1 by the 3/4, and into the top turn they go. New Party on the inside. West Gem Princess on the outside. We go back about 5 lengths to Quick Drummer. There's 2 of them in contention. Off the 7/8, they have an 1/8 of a mile left to go. On the inside, it's New Party. West Gem Princess on the outside. Quick Drummer for third. Down to the wire. This race is all New Party to win it. West Gem Princess second. Looks like Quick Drummer for third. The time for the mile, 1:59 and 1.
Well, Rick, a great call there, and a great crowd in the winner's circle. Always nice to see what horse ownership's like. Congratulations to the connections of the streak.
Results of the inquiry, number 2, Meter Leader, did cause interference on numbers 3 and 7, while off stride. However, Meter Leader finishing 8th. There'll be no placing. Also, number 4, Pictonian Southwest, while off stride, did not interfere, therefore no placing. Results of race 9 are now official. Number 1, The Streak, was the race winner. 2, Meter Leader, was 8th. 3, Fit the Bill, 6th. 4, Pictonian Southwest, 5th. 5, J.G. Sandy was 4th. 6, Homer's Boy Bart was 3rd. 7, Aaron's Ambition, 2nd. 8, Island Commander was 7th. They're at the quarter in 29 and 4. Half, 1 minute, 4/5. 3/4 in 1:30 flat. Time for the mile, 1:59 and 2. A new record for one, the streak. On the top down, your card should read 1865432 on the bottom. Race 10 is up next with a field of 6 starters. It's the A Division. 2-year-old pacing fillies Atlantic Sire Stakes for a purse of $6,900. They'll go to post in 7 minutes. In race 9, Quinella 1-7 returns $29.45. Triactor 176 $300, $22.50. Race 10 starters are coming on to the track. Race 10 starters and drivers now on parade. One is If I Were a Boy, owned by Brendan Mullen of Mount Stewart, Prince Edward Island. Brendan Mullen trains. Jason Hughes gets the drive. 2, Moon Landing, owned and trained by Pat Eastwood of St. John. Jill Barrio does the driving. 3, Our Lady Bing, owned by Peter Smith, Don Smith, Gerald Morrissey, and Larry Chappell. The trainer-driver is Kenny Arsenault. 4, Acton Normal, owned and trained by Tom Weatherby of Charlottetown, Shane Bernard in the bike. 5, Diamond Coast, owned by Dan Beliveau of Halifax, Nova Scotia, Darren Crow, the trainer-driver. And completing the field, number 6, Ultimate Spirit, owned by the Ultimate Stable of Greater Lakeburn, trained by Robert Lassen, Mark Campbell to drive. Race 10, it's the Atlantic Sire Stakes A Division. 2-year-old pacing fillies. They go for a purse of $6,900. They go to post in 4 minutes. Now down to 3 minutes.
Horse Racing New Brunswick would like to thank all the sponsors this week. St. John X 2010. Many sponsors for individual races here. Much appreciated from Horse Racing New Brunswick. Also like to say hello to all the patrons watching us via the internet on our website, www.hrnb.ca. Simulcast parlors in Fredericton at Winners Lounge and at Dieppe Horseshoe Pub on Champlain Street, as well as St. John's Racing and Entertainment Center in Goulds, Newfoundland. Welcome and hope everyone's enjoying the races. Reminder as well, we'll have 2 amateur races following the completion of our pari-mutuel card here today. 2 amateur races coming up after race 12, so stick around.
Now down to 1 minute. Final call. The starter calls the horses and drivers to the gate. Race time. Gate is rolling for race 10. The Atlantic Spire Stakes A Division 2-year-old pacing fillies. From the rail out, If I Were a Boy, Moon Landing, Our Lady Bing, Actin' Normal, Diamond Coast, and Ultimate Spirit. A field of 6, top of the stretch. Here they come. They're off from the middle of the track. Going out for that early lead is Actin' Normal. On the inside, If I Were a Boy. Moon Landing now racing in second. If I Were a Boy now racing in third. 4 lengths back. And racing in the fourth. That is Our Lady Bing. Diamond Coast coming away in fifth. Then your early trailer is Ultimate Spirit. They race now. And there's early action for the opening quarter. Out in front, Actin' Normal. Past there. In 29-1, right there in second is the Moon Landing. Back 5 lengths to If I Were a Boy in third. Racing in fourth, Our Lady Bing. Diamond Coast in fifth, and the trailer is Ultimate Spirit. They race off the 3/8 mile marker, off the turn and down the lane for the half. Out in front is Shane Bernard. That's Actin' Normal, acting pretty good up front. Moon Landing tracking that leader tightly in second, past the half. In 58 and 2/5. Racing in third, If I Were a Boy. Our Lady Bing looking at it from fourth. There's no movement yet. Racing in fifth. That's Diamond Coast, and Ultimate Spirit starts up from the back of the pack. They race down the backstretch. If I Were a Boy, gone off stride. Out with that lead, it's Actin' Normal with Shane Bernard. They race now on past that 3/4 mile station. In 1:28 and 4/5. Actin' Normal the leader. Moon Landing under a barrier urging in second. Racing in third. That is Ultimate Spirit. They have an 1/8 of a mile left to go. And with the lead, Actin' Normal. Moon Landing now racing in second. And Ultimate Spirit, but Actin' Normal is acting mighty fine on the lead. Actin' Normal to win it. Finishing second, Moon Landing. Ultimate Spirit will be 3. Yep. Time for the mile. 1:58 flat. Once again, a new track record.
Well, the conditions seem to be ideal here for these 2-year-old colts and fillies as track records are being set race after race. Many patrons have said today they've never felt the heat like this in St. John before, and I'll tell you, it's making a difference with the teletimer tonight.
Returning now is the official winner of race number 10. That's number 4, Acton Normal. Acton Normal is a 2-year-old black pacing filly by Too Funny for Words from the Life Sign Dam. Call It Life. Owned and trained by Tom Weatherby of Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Driven to victory this afternoon, Shane Bernard to a new personal best of 158 flat. Acton Normal. Bred by Owen McLean and Donna McLean of Cornwall, Prince Edward Island. Acton Normal, new personal best 158 and a new track record for 2-year-old pacing fillies. EPR has a new mark, 158 flat, set by Acton Normal. And Jeff, trackman Charlotte has this oval lightning quick. The records keep on tumbling.
Well, folks, get your 50-50 tickets out as we have drawn the winning 50-50 number, and the number is
371636. 371636.
lucky ticket holder of 371636, receiving $215. Meet us down in front of the judges' stand to claim your prize. St. John Horsemen's Association thanks everyone for playing the 50-50 this afternoon.
Race 10 is now official results of the inquiry. Number 1, If I Were a Boy, did break on his own. It did not cause interference, therefore no placing. Race 10, number 1, If I Were a Boy, finished 6th. 2, Moon Landing was 2nd. 3, Our Lady Bing was 4th. 4, Acton Normal, the race winner. 5, Diamond Coast, 5th. 6, Ultimate Spirit was 3rd. Quarter was in 29 and 1. Half 58 and 2. 3 quarters 128 and 4. Time for the mile 158. A new personal and track record for 4, Acton Normal. Top down, your card should read 624153 on the bottom. Correction on the inquiry results. The 1 horse, If I Were a Boy, did interfere with horses 3, 5, and 6. However, If I Were a Boy finishing back of those horses, therefore no placing. Race 11 is up next. For the field of 8 starters, no program changes. The A Division, 2-year-old pacing colts. They'll go to post in 5 minutes.
Well, we have a 50-50 winner. 50-50 winner, John Osborne. John's hoping to continue his winning streak here as Cones. Woodmere Sandman coming up here in the 11th.
Race 11 starters are now on the track. Now on parade, starters in race 11, Lennoxshire Stakes, A Division, 2-year-old pacing colt. Purse of $8,180. One is New School, owned by Tasha McKenzie, Wim Farms, trained by Ken Wilkie, the driver Jason Hughes. 2, DW's Jack, owned by Myers McNeil of Glace Bay, Nova Scotia. Ashley Gamester trains. Brian McPhee does the driving. 3, Windermere Express, owned by Windermere Farms in North Wiltshire, Prince Edward Island. Earl Watts, the trainer. Mark Campbell does the driving. 4 is Excuse. 5, Woodmere Digger, owned by Wayne McGeehan of Sydney Mines. Wayne McGeehan trains. Kenny Arsenault does the driving. 6, The Eagle, owned by Michael Blanchard of New Glasgow, trained and driven by Gilles Berriot. Parading out of order, number 4, Woodmere Sandman, owned by Susan Seymour, Beverly Trites, and John Osborne, trained by Sheldon Watts, driven by Steve Trites. 7, Putnam's Power, owned by Ron Seymour Jr., Bruce Donovan of Glace Bay, trained and driven by Danny Romo. Completing the field is 8, Tiger Williams, owned by Peter Smith, Don Smith, Gerald Morrissey, and Larry Chappell. The driver and trainer is Earl Smith. Race 11 with 8 starters. They'll go to post in 2 minutes.
Well, a reminder, we're back here Thursday, 4 p.m. post time for our next exciting racing with the Irwin Andrews Age Mares Series coming to St. John. Back again Saturday starting at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. post time on Saturday for the 3-year-old colts at Lanarkshire Stakes action, as well as the HRMB Invitational and the Ingham Palmer Junior Invitational. Make sure to mark it down and be here. I'm down beside the judges' stand with a gentleman with a shirt that has Las Vegas on it. And sir, you been to Las Vegas before?
No.
No. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a free bet here. Good luck at the windows. Hopefully you can win some money and maybe get yourself to Vegas someday. Good luck.
Last call to wager here on race 11. The starter calls the horses and drivers to the gate for race 11. It's post time. Gate is rolling for race 11 with New School, DW's Jack, Windermere Express, Woodmere Sandman, Woodmere Digger, the Eagle, Putnam's Power, and Tiger Williams. Atlantic Sire Stakes, 2-year-old pacing colt, A Division, top of the stretch. Here they come. They're off, and pacing DW's Jack goes to a break on the inside. New School coming away with that early lead. Windermere Express in between horses and Woodmere Digger, third on the outside. Racing in fourth in along the rail, that is a Woodmere Sandman. Fifth on the outside as they make their way down the backstretch first time. That is Putnam's Power, followed by the Eagle. DW's Jack pacing once again, and Tiger Williams can see them all early. They race on past that opening quarter in 29-1. New School with Jason Hughes by a length and 3/4 the leader. Racing in second, Windermere Express. Now third on the outside and on the move. There goes Putnam's Power. Woodmere Sandman looking at it from fourth. Fifth to the outside, there goes the Eagle. They race off the turn, down the lane in front of the stand first time, and we have a new leader. It's Putnam's Power with Danny Romo. They lead it by a length and a half, past the half in 59-1. The Eagle has joined the fray up front, now racing in second. Turn it along the rail, New School. Fourth now moving on the outside, there goes Woodmere Sandman. They're racing in fifth, Windermere Express, followed by a Woodmere Digger as they make their way down the backstretch. DW Jack and Tiger Williams trails. They race up the backstretch for the 3/4 mile station, and Putnam's Power by 3 parts of a length. They're in 1:29 flat. It's Putnam's Power racing in second. New School will need racing room. The Eagle looking at it from third. Fourth on the outside, Woodmere Sandman. They have 1/8 of a mile left to go, and Putnam's Power powers off that turn and down the stretch for home. It's Putnam's Power to the inside. Now going after that leader is New School. It's Putnam's Power at the wire. Putnam's Power hanging on to win. New School second, finishing third, the Eagle. Time for the mile, 1:58 3/5. And ladies and gentlemen, we are changing the record books once again. 7, Putnam's Power establishes a new track record. 1:58.3 for 2-year-old pacing colt, eclipsing the old record, 1:58.4, set by Island Storm. 7 Putnam's Power, 2-year-old brown pacing colt by Force of Life from the No Nook Dam, Southview Shania, owned by Ron Seymour Jr. and Bruce Donovan of Glace Bay, Nova Scotia, trained and driven to victory by Danny Romo. Putnam's Power, his 7th victory of 2010 this afternoon in a track record-setting time, 1:58.3. Congratulations to the winning connections of Putnam's Power, trainer-driver Danny Romo. 1:58.3, a new track record. Race 11 officially now. Number 1, New School, was second. 2, DW's Jack, 7th. 3, Windermere Express was 6th. 4, Woodmere Sandman was 4th. 5, Woodmere Digger was 8th. 6, The Eagle was 3rd. 7, Putnam's Power, the race winner. And 8, Tiger Williams was 5th. The quarter was in 29.1. Half, 59.1. 3/4, 1:29. Time for the mile, 1:58.3. A new track record. From the top down, your card should read 2764831, 5 on the bottom. Coming up next is race 12. Scratch numbers 4, 6, and 8. Number 4, High Jakes Benka, is Scratch Transportation. 6, Nicole's Baby, Scratch Transportation. And 8, Cinnamon, with Scratch Lane. Race 12 now down to a field of 5 starters. It features Win Play Show, Quinella Triactor Wagering, and they'll go to post in 7 minutes. A reminder, ladies and gentlemen, following the parimutuel races this afternoon, the amateurs take over. 2 amateur races after the card, immediately following race number 12.
Well, this may go down as the day the most records were ever broke at a racetrack. Unbelievable speed here put on by these 2-year-old colts and fillies. Make sure you get a ticket on the last race here, folks, and don't go anywhere. As track announcer Rick Cadet mentioned, 2 amateur races immediately following the program here.
Race 12 starters are coming on to the track. Race 12 starters now on parade. Condition pace of 1 mile for a purse of $1,300. 1 is Man in Pink, owned by Charles Oliver of St. John. Lucy Santamol trains the driver Wayne Hubbard. 2, Free-Legged Pacer Ryan's Fancy, owned by Charles Boland of Grand Bay, trained by Randy Phillips, the driver Mike Stevenson. 3, SOS Pearl Vision, owned by April Jardine and Brandon Donovan of Fredericton, trained by Brian Hamilton, the driver Gilles Barrio. 4 is Scratch 5, Dusty Lane Eli, owned by Frank Dunphy of Noonan, trained by Margot Fisher. Mark Haig does the driving. 6 is Scratch 7, Connolly CC, owned and trained by Earl Fram of St. John. Todd Trites will do the driving. Scratch number 8, race 12, now down to a field of 5 starters. Win Play Show, Quinella Triactor Wagering, they'll go to post in 4 minutes. Race 12 is sponsored by the Exhibition Association and the City and County of St. John.
your last chance to get a ticket here, folks, today on any racing. No wagering on the amateur races coming up following race 12, so get a ticket here on race 12 before it's too late.
Head out in 3 minutes. Last call to wager here on race 12. Final call to wager on the finale. Less than 1 minute remains. Horses and drivers are called to the gate for the finale. It's race 12, post time. Horses and drivers are lining up behind the gate for race 12. From the rail out, Man in Pink, Ryan's Fancy, SOS Pearl Vision, Dusty Lane Eli, and Connolly CC on the outside. A field of 5, top of the stretch. Here they come. Here, off and pacing on the inside, Ryan's Fancy free-legging his way out of there to grab the early lead. SOS Pearl Vision not content with the second spot, on the move, now challenging for that lead. Racing in third is Connolly CC, looking at it from fourth, Man in Pink, and your early trailer is Dusty Lane Eli. SOS Pearl Vision has touched down on the front. Now leads it by a tight length. Ryan's Fancy racing in second, past an opening quarter in 29 seconds flat. Racing in third, Connolly CC. Man in Pink to the outside early from fourth. Following that live cover is Dusty Lane Eli from fifth. They race on past the 3/8 mile marker, off the turn and down the stretch for the half-mile station. It's SOS Pearl Vision with Gilles Barrio. They lead it by a length and a quarter. On the outside, Man in Pink comes to call from second. Racing in third, getting the good trip, Ryan's Fancy. And the half was in 59 and 1/5. They race in pairs up front. On with the lead is SOS Pearl Vision. Ryan's Fancy now has retaken second spot. Man in Pink looking at it from third. And on the outside in fourth, Dusty Lane Eli. And your trailer now is Connolly. CC, the field tightens up as they approach the 3/4 mile station. SOS Pearl Vision. Man in Pink on the move once again. 3/4, 1:29 and 2. It's Man in Pink with Wayne Hubbard taking command. Now leads it by 2.5 lengths. Following that cover on the outside, that is Dusty Lane Eli. Off the turn past the 7/8 and charge on down the stretch for home. It's Man in Pink, Dusty Lane Eli, and Connolly CC on the outside. Man in Pink deep in the stretch. Man in Pink tough on the lead to win it. Finishing second was Connolly CC. Dusty Lane Eli was third. Time for the mile, 1:58 and 4/5. Now returning is the official winner of race number 12. That's number 1, Man in Pink. A 6-year-old bay pacing gelding by Cam Luck from the Sun Sandan Cool Pink. Owned by Charles Oliver of St. John. Trained by Lucie Saint-Amour. Driven to victory by Wayne Hubbard this afternoon. 1, Man in Pink. Recording is the 5th victory of 2010 in 1:58 and 4/5. Race 12. Sponsored by Exhibition Association and the City and County of St. John. Our thanks to the sponsors and congratulations to the winning connections of Man in Pink, trainer Lucie Saint-Amour, and Wayne Hubbard, the driver. 1, Man in Pink, in 1:58 and 4. Race 12 officially now. Number 1, Man in Pink, the race winner. 2, Ryan's Fancy was 4. 3, SOS Pearl Vision was 5th. 4, Hijinks Banco was scratched. 5, Dusty Lane Eli was 3rd. 6, Nicole's Baby scratched. 7, Connolly CC, 2nd. 8, Steneman, scratched. Quarter was in 29 seconds. Half, 59 and 1. 3/4, 1:29 and 2. Time for the mile, 1:58 and 4 for 1, Man in Pink. From the top down, your card should read 1, 4, 5, scratch 3, scratch 2, scratch. That concludes our pari-mutuel races for this afternoon. A reminder that the amateur races are coming up in a few minutes. Please stick around. Enjoy the best of amateur racing this afternoon. And right now we'll turn the mic over to track announcer Bobby McNeil.
and gentlemen, now parading the starters for our 4th amateur race. This race is a jog cart special. It's a match race that's been years in the making. Leaving from the rail, number 1, OB Viking with driver Michael David Morris. Number 2 is Star Collector with Ronnie Hans Chamberlain in the jog cart. These two trainers have combined for over 11,000 wins from the tack room, and they decided to come out and get it on the racetrack. A match race for the ages, OB Viking and Star Collector.
Well, Bobby, I'd say this is going to be another track record because I don't think there's ever been a match race in jog carts before, so.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things. They decided to go in the jog carts today. There was a little rumor going around that one guy didn't know if he could get his legs up in the bike.
I heard that.
So we decided that they could go in the carts, and we'll see what happens. I'm betting on the one to cut the mile, but I think Ronnie Chamberlain's pretty crafty. I think he'll be out in